out driving the all-new 2023 Cadillac Escalade-V. There'll be a driving review, but this one is the walk-around and interior tour and some technical discussion with the stationary regular wheelbase Escalade-V. I've actually got one of the Escalade engineers here. He's going to give us some insight on the powertrain, some really cool things about that supercharged V8 that makes 682 horsepower. So we'll start with that, and then we'll check out the exterior, some of the details, the interior, and then also make sure you check out the full review because I've driven this thing already and it's amazing.
Hey, good afternoon, Eddie. My name's Charlie Allen. I'm an engine design system manager for small block engines, and one of our projects was working on the Escalade-V engine. You know, back at the inception here, when our boss told us we're going to put a supercharged engine in an Escalade, we were like, seriously? That is freaking awesome. So there's just so much general excitement from the start of this program about supercharging, you know, an Escalade, that throughout the whole program is just a general excitement that really continued to the final product we have here today. So engine-wise, we started with, you know, nearly the similar engine to what we have in the Blackwing from the CT5V. So the engine is very stout. I mean, it's got a forged crankshaft, forged connecting rods, forged piston, and then the titanium intake valves. The biggest difference between the CT5V Blackwing and the Escalade is the larger supercharger. So the reason we had to go to the larger supercharger is on the Escalade, it's got a higher inlet restriction and higher exhaust back pressure. We really tried to minimize it as best we could, but with just everything we had to package under here from a cooling standpoint, we were out of room, which required us to step up to the larger blower. A couple cool things about the blower, we get larger charge cooler bricks in here. So, you know, the big thing with any sort of forced induction engine is cooling down that compressed air. Is anytime you go compressed air, you create heat, but that's the biggest detriment to making good horsepower. So we increased the charge cooler bricks. Other than we did here, we added a third fan on the front side here. That way, the heat exchanger for the charge coolers, which are on a separate cooling circuit, we can get adequate airflow, ensure we got good low intake air charge coming in that engine so we can make that 682 horsepower.
I've experienced launch control in the Escalade-V a handful of times now, and Charlie's right. It's crazy. The low end torque, the fact that it makes almost 700 horsepower, seriously impressive. The engine's like halfway between an LT4 and LT5. Like what Charlie said, the LT5 size blower, 2.65, but without the secondary injection that you'll find in a C7 ZR1. This thing is properly potent, and it's been running fine in Arizona. You heard all the jets and saw them going around. It's noisy here. We've got Escalade-Vs in the background, they're revving. It's like 104 degrees today, but these things were just running fine, absolutely fine. So that was some awesome insight from Charlie on some of the powertrain details, the amazing hand-built engine that goes in the Escalade-V. Now let's check out some of the exterior styling. So this Escalade-V right here is the regular wheelbase. We've been driving the ESV version, so you can get an extended wheelbase version of the Escalade, and it's still properly quick. This one, 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds, quarter mile in 12.7 at 110. We have a unique front fascia, so this red is gorgeous in the Arizona sun right now. There's only 2 of the red ones already built. They're both on display. I was driving a black one earlier with everything blacked out for the V, much more sporty appearance, but man, this red paint looks amazing. Unique front fascia that is functional. It provides more airflow, cooling for that big supercharged V8, full blacked out grille here. So again, much more aggressive front fascia. We still have those signature vertical blade daytime running lights. It's a very imposing front end, and I really like this generation of Escalade. 22-inch wheels that are unique to the Escalade-V, and then you have the big V badge on the side, so there's no mistaking that this one is the nearly 700 horsepower V series Escalade. And then you'll see all the blacked out trim around the windows. Red Brembo brake calipers, 6-piston up front, and the rotors are also larger to help stop a 3-ton SUV that has almost 700 horsepower. So you definitely need bigger brakes, and the red calipers poke out, making it look just a little more sporty, just a hint at the power of this Escalade. Coming around back, we have the signature, again, those like blade taillights that when you approach an Escalade at night, a modern Escalade, the light up sequence is so cool. Unique rear fascia down here. We have quad exhaust tips that's functional, right? It has a dual mode exhaust, and in V mode, it gets properly loud. The Escalade-V also comes with air suspension, magnetic ride 4.0 as standard, and when you put it in V mode, it drops 20 millimeters automatically for better handling, plus it looks really cool. But just check out these quad exhaust tips. We have a V badge here, Escalade badge. We'll open up. We've got the running boards that come out. Escalade here, and there's a couple touches, couple V touches. So these seats look like the same ones that were in the Sport Platinum I was just driving. Speakers in the headrest for that 36 speaker AKG sound system. That is one of the best in the entire industry. We have a V badge on the steering wheel. Everything is trimmed in leather. Super Cruise is available in Escalade-V. You'll see the status light on the steering wheel itself, along with a sensor that monitors you, and then the massive curved OLED screens. Little another V badge here. This one's been sitting in the sun, literally baking in the Arizona sun here at the Scottsdale Airport. So it's probably 120, 130 degrees inside here. Open up the second row. Captain's chairs in the second row, we can fold them down. We have the third row, leather all the way back, the same textured pattern there, which is pretty cool. And again, this is the regular wheelbase screens. You have an ESV also available, a studio reference AKG sound system, and soft closed doors, so that it gently latch and the doors will close on their own. The key to the Escalade-V's got this really cool red finish with the V logo. There's a number 1 sticker on it because all these vehicles are numbered here for the media drive. Ready to hear to start up? It's the same curved OLED screens. It is definitely hot out today. 107 degrees, oh yeah. Digital rear view camera. That panoramic sunroof here. Massage seats. Heated and cooled. The zebra finished wood here. This one's the full black leather interior. Most of the interior is just like an Escalade Platinum, which is not a bad thing because that has a fantastic interior. We have a couple V badges here on the steering wheel. The V badge right there. And this one has Super Cruise. You can see by this display on the steering wheel, plus a little sensor there. Heads-up display. The curved OLED screens, which have a control on the left-hand side. So we've driven 194 miles and averaged 13.5 mpg. One of the cool things is we can change the center cluster, this curved OLED screen, to a map. So there's the map display, or the augmented reality camera, which is a live feed. And when you have navigation running, it'll project arrows and turn-by-turn directions onto a live, real-world augmented reality feed. And this one also has night vision, but, well, it's not nighttime outside, so that won't demonstrate that. If you try to use it, it'll say only works at night. Or it just is, yep, night vision, detection unavailable, because it's not nighttime. The Escalade-V is seriously impressive. It takes the Platinum, which is already one of the most comfortable, luxurious, full-size SUVs you can buy, and throws a nearly 700 horsepower supercharged V8, retuned suspension, the transmission, the all-wheel drive system. Everything comes together to make this a luxury rocket ship. It's a 3-ton brick that moves unlike anything else, because I mean, it's so fast, and the noises it makes too are amazing. We have a full review with the Escalade-V. This is just a quick walk around checking out this red one. This has been an awesome experience with the Cadillac team here out, being one of the first people to get to drive the all-new Cadillac Escalade-V. Pricing, $149,990 starting price for the regular one. The ESV is, I believe, just over $152 with a couple options. They're really well optioned as standard, but this has got to be one of the most cool SUVs ever made. Cadillac has brought the V series to their full-size Escalade, and it's awesome. It's like a Blackwing that can seat 7 people and has massage seats and everything. Man, it's awesome. Hope you guys enjoy this walk-around tour, checking out the interior quickly, and also hearing some technical details from Charlie about the engine and the Escalade-V. Make sure you check out the review too. Thanks for watching.